Hey guys, welcome to Tech Vitals. Today we are going to learn about sets in Python. So, set is similar to list or tuple, but the sets do not take the duplicate values. So let's see the example. So we have the list. So let's say Paul, James, and Anthony. Now in this list, we can store the same values multiple times. So we can store this Paul 3 times. We can also do James and Anthony. And when we print this list, then it will print all the values. So it has 3 Pauls, it has 2 James and 2 Anthony. But let's try to do the same thing with sets. So names set equals, and we use these curly braces to create the sets. So let's give the same values: Paul, James, Anthony, and then let's give this Paul 2 times again, and let's have this James and Anthony as well. Now let's try to print this names set, and now let's run this. So as you can see, the list item is printing all the values. So it printed 3 Paul, 2 James and 2 Anthony. But in this set, we also have the same value. So we have 3 Pauls, 2 James and 2 Anthony, but it printed just one item for each. So it has just 1 Paul, 1 James and 1 Anthony. And another thing is the sets can print the items in any order. So here it's printing James first, then Paul, and then Anthony. But if we try to run this again, now it has changed the order. Now James, Anthony and Paul. If we try to run this again, now it's printing Anthony, James and Paul. So set can display the items in any order, but the important thing is that if we store same item multiple times, then it won't store those items multiple times. It will just store them one time. So that's why we got just one item out of the set. Now let's see some of the methods that we can use with set. So we can just get rid of this list, and we can also get rid of all these repeated items. So we have Paul, James and Anthony. So we can just print these 3 items. Now we can add the items in set using this add method. So we can add a new name. So let's give Kyle, and now if we run this, now it has this Kyle added in our set. And we can also add multiple items at once. So to add multiple items at once, we have to use update method. So now we can just provide the list of items. So let's say Kyle, let's say Bruce, and let's say Kelly. Now here we are adding these 3 items in our list. So if we run this, we get Kyle, Bruce and Kelly added in our set. Okay, now we can also use remove method to remove the items. So let's remove Paul from our set. So it will just delete the Paul, and it just got James and Anthony. So these are some of the basic methods that we can use with set. Now let's see some of the advanced methods. So let's just create new sets. So let's say animals equals, let's say tiger, panda, dog and cat. Now let's create one more set. Let's say pets, and we can give dog, cat, or what we can give, let's say cow. Okay, so here we have two sets. The first one is animals that has tiger, panda, dog, and cat. And in the second sets, that is pets, we have dog, cat, and cow. So what we can do is, let's print animals dot intersection and pets. So this intersection method is going to select those items that exist in both of these sets. So we are intersecting animals with pets. So here it will check for the common items. So we have dog and cat in this animals, and we also have this dog and cat in pets. So this intersection will only get those two items because those two are the common items. So if we try to run this, it will get cat and dog. Now let's use some other method. So let's use difference. So animals dot difference and pets. Now this method will only select those items that are only in the animals. So as you can see, we have dog and cat in both of these sets, but this tiger and panda is not in the pets. Those two items are only in the animals. So this should print only these two items, that is tiger and panda. So let's run this, and it printed tiger and panda. But if we change this animals into pets and this pets into animals, now it's going to print only that item that exists in only the pets and not in the animals. So we have this cow which only exists in pets, so it should print cow, and it printed cow. And we can also use union method. Now this union method will select every items. So it will also select all the items of animals, and it will also select all the items of pets, and it will print all of them. So if we try to run this, so we have tiger, panda from animals, we have cow from pets, and this dog and cat are just the common items. So it just printed every items that are in animals and pets. So we learned that to create the list items, we use this square bracket, and then we give items. Then to create the tuples, we use this small bracket, and we give the items. And to create the sets, we use this curly braces, and we store the items. So if we want to create a list that doesn't contain any values, so if you want to create an empty list, we can use this empty square bracket. And to create an empty tuple, we can use empty small bracket. But to create an empty set, we cannot use this empty curly braces, because this empty curly braces is used to create an empty dictionary. So we will learn about dictionary in the next video, but this empty curly braces is reserved to create the empty dictionary. So to create an empty set, we have to use set function. So this set function will create an empty set. And if we try to print all of this, then they are just going to return the empty list, empty tuple, and empty sets, like this. Okay, so that's about sets. Now, as I mentioned, we will learn about dictionary in the next video. So till then, keep learning. Goodbye.